Hi friends, how are you all? Today I want to talk about Venus. How will you know whether you have a powerful Venus in your birth chart? So we will discuss all of that today. So friends, do stay with me and subscribe to my channel and share this video. If you want consultation, my number is there in the video description. Friends, what is Venus? You know that Venus is the planet of beauty, creativity, of relationships, interpersonal relationships, of marriage. Okay, now Venus is also the planet of wealth and prosperity, of happiness. Yes, it is a planet of love. Now friends, Venus, we know that its own signs are Taurus and Libra. So definitely Venus is pleasure, yes, and Venus is also desire, because Libra, the sign of Libra, is one of the three Kam Trikon signs. Yes, so 3, 7, 11, they are the air signs, and they are also regarded as the Kama Trikona signs. Kama is desire. So Venus is desire, yes, the desire for pleasure, definitely, that is desire for happiness also. All right, now friends, where is Venus placed in your chart? Now there are certain houses in which Venus is generally believed to do well. Like in the first house, Venus is believed to be good in the first house, even in the second house, in the third house also, even in the fourth house, in the fifth house also, definitely, because fifth house is a Dharm Trikon house. Definitely Venus is a natural benefic, so it will do well if it is not under any malefic influence, of course. So these houses are good. Fifth house, then also I would say ninth house is also good. 10th house is good because it is a Kendra house. 1, 4, 7, 10 are Kendra houses. Venus is believed to do well there, and Dharm Trikon is 1, 5, 9, so definitely the 9th house. 10th house is also good. 11th house is also good, because after all 11th house is lauded by Saturn in the chart of the cosmic man, and Saturn and Venus are friends. So sorry, so Venus will also be good in the 11th house. And 12th house, Venus naturally gets exalted in the chart of the cosmic man or Kalpurusha. Venus gets exalted there in the 12th house, because in the 12th house we have the sign of Pisces. So in the 12th house also Venus can give you good results if it is not under any malefic influence, and if it's well placed, its dispositor is well placed, and it's in a good nakshatra, then definitely it will give you good results in the 12th house also. Now friends, how will you know whether you have a strong Venus? People generally have this misconception that if you're able to lead a life of pleasure and all kinds of pleasure, then only Venus is strong. People have this conception. This is okay. If someone has, if someone's life is definitely endowed with pleasure and comfort, then definitely I would say that Venus is giving the person good results. But then friends, if one is only after pleasure and one is not using the energy of the 12th house, which is charity and spiritual liberation, because we cannot forget that Venus after all gets exalted in the sign of Pisces, which falls in the 12th house. So that means Venus also, people can also argue and say that 12th house is the house of bed pleasures, but that will be a very narrow-minded approach. 12th house, yeah, definitely it can denote that as well, because 12th house is the house of sleep, but 12th house also represents our subconscious mind. It is also the house of imagination, of creativity. It is also the house of spiritual liberation and even spirituality, 12th house. So 12th house, it can also be regarded as the house which denotes the wisdom that we gain from occult knowledge, which is seen from the 8th house. The knowledge and wisdom that we gain from occult studies, that also you can see from the 12th house. 12th house is also the house of foreign lands, the house of expenditure. So 12th house is also the house of investments. Now 12th house is the house of charity, friends. That is, 12th house is the house of giving. Whether you give money, whether you spend money, whether you spend energy, whatever, like, whether you are doing some sort of service to others. So that also can definitely come when you do something in a selfless manner because you want to help others. That will definitely, come under the purview of 12th house, because 12th house is giving. Definitely 6th house can also show service, even selfless service. And 12th house is actually the house of isolation, where people, definitely if Venus is well placed, the person will be very creative. So he will also love to stay in isolation or solitude also sometimes. So Venus is a planet of social behavior, no doubt. So if Venus is well placed, that is in a zodiac sign, the lord of which is well placed in the chart, if Venus is the lord of you can say Kendra houses or Dharm Trikona houses, or if Venus is the house of so-called malefic houses, that is 6, 8, 12, and if you're using the energy of the 6th house of service, the 8th house of meditation and occult knowledge and technology and research and so on, and 12th house of spiritual liberation, of charity, foreign lands, if you're using the energy of 6, 8, 12, then also if Venus is the lord of any of these malefic houses, it can give you good results. It depends on whether you are able to use the energy of that house or not. Now friends, so what I was telling you, that Venus is a planet of social behavior, planet which signifies, if it is well placed and strong, that means you know how to behave in society. That doesn't mean that you don't love isolation. You know how to behave. So when you are in the company of other people, you know how to talk to a child, you know how to talk to your peer, you know how to talk to your juniors, you know how to talk to an adult, you know how to talk to an elderly person, You also are well behaved with everyone actually, whether that person, no matter to what stratum of the society, to what class of the society that person belongs, you'll be kind and benevolent to one and all. If Venus is strong, you don't discriminate among people, that this person is not so rich, so I'm not going to behave well. Venus, if you have a strong Venus, you will never think that way, because you will be you will not discriminate among people on the basis of their social status, on the basis of their wealth, position, even appearance. You will not discriminate on the basis of their religion, caste, creed. You will embrace all religions. You will have respect for other religions, for other language communities, for other countries, for foreign lands. You will have respect for all beings, for all creatures. You will love animals. You will love all creatures. So if you have such qualities in yourself, that means you have a strong Venus, because Venus teaches you to be merciful, to be compassionate. The 12th house, where it gets exalted in the chart of the cosmic man, the 12th house is the house of charity. It is the house of mercy, compassion, empathy. So 12th house, it is the house of forgiveness, of letting go. Yes, when you let go of things, when you are not revengeful, when you are forgiving and compassionate towards others, that means you have a strong Venus. If you have courage in you, friends, people generally think that only if you have a well-placed Mars, that means you are very courageous. Definitely, Mars is the planet of courage. So that is true. But then you also need to look at the position of Venus, because Venus is also a planet that shows courage. Now, if Venus is really strong or powerful in your chart, then you will have the courage to stand up against injustice, especially if Venus is really powerful in your chart. You will never be able to tolerate any sort of injustice done to the poor, done to the weak, to the unprivileged, because your heart will go out to these people. When no one is speaking for them, when no one else is standing up for them, you will be the one who will stand up for them. You will be the one who will raise, voice against injustice, discrimination done to such people. You will fight for them. That is why Venus is represented by Shukracharya, by Guru Shukracharya in mythology. And Shukracharya, that is why he was the guru of the demons. He taught the demons or asuras, like he was the teacher to the demons or asuras. Okay, he was also an advisor to the devas or devtas. He was their advisor, but he was a guru to the demons. Yes, because nobody was ready to teach the demons. So he said, I will teach them, because the demons, they also have the right to knowledge. So friends, you can see now that Venus does not discriminate among people. It does not discriminate, between the rich and the poor, the strong and the weak, the successful and unsuccessful, the privileged and unprivileged. Venus does not discriminate. Even if someone from the privileged section, I think if Dev Guru Brihaspati's son, when he wanted to learn Sanjeevani Vidya, that is the knowledge of bringing a dead man back to life, that knowledge was possessed only by Venus, only by Shukracharya. So Shukracharya is associated with Venus, or Shukracharya, is the guru to the demons, and he, stands for Venus. Now, he, did not hesitate to impart that knowledge to Brihaspati's son. So Venus does not discriminate between people on the basis of any, parameter. Venus never discriminates. For Venus, everyone is equal. So Venus believes in, compassion, in large-heartedness. Venus believes in, giving, in charity. Actually, that is why, friends, you see, that is why it is exalted in the 12th house. If, we think that, 12th house, the house of sleep and, the bed and, bed pleasures, then that will be a very, what can I say? It will be a very short-sighted approach. Actually, that is not so. Venus is far deeper. That is why the, sign, Venus's sign Libra, it is an air sign, the sign of intellect also. All the air signs 3, 7, 11, they are air signs. Now, sign number 7, that is Libra, zodiac sign number 7, that is Libra, is ruled by Venus. So it is the sign of intellect. Yes, friends. So what does that mean? That Venus is also, if you have a strong Venus, you will also have the desire to gain knowledge. As I told you, even 12th house is the house of the knowledge that you gain from occult studies. The knowledge and wisdom that you gain from deep meditation or astral travel, which is seen from the 8th house. That knowledge which we gain from deep meditation, that we can see from the 12th house. So Venus is also the planet of knowledge. And Venus is also the planet, who believes in, the minutest details regarding any kind of study. So Venus, when Shukracharya, he was aware of all minute details. That is why, whenever any kind of, ritual was performed, whether it was any kind of ritual, any kind of religious ritual. So all the, details about that particular ceremony, Venus Shukracharya was always aware of all the details. Yes, Venus is a planet that excels, or Shukracharya excels in the knowledge of details regarding a certain branch of study. So Venus so that kind of knowledge Venus has, in-depth knowledge. So you can say Venus's love for details and love for knowledge. So love for details, that is why Venus and Mercury are friends, because Mercury also loves details. So friends, Venus and Saturn, they are also very good friends. They are regarded as natural friends in astrology. So friends, that's what I was trying to tell you, that Venus, if you love all creatures, if you love all beings, yes, and you do not discriminate among them, then you have a strong Venus. If you have compassion for others, if you have a desire to serve others, if you want to do some charity, yes, or even if you want to impart knowledge, because 12th house is not just the expenditure of money, it can also be the expenditure of energy. So even if you have a desire to gain knowledge and impart knowledge, then also you have a strong Venus, friends. So friends, all these things I wanted to tell you about Venus. Venus is usually, in its own signs, generally Venus is believed to do well. If you have Venus in Libra, if you have Venus in Taurus, definitely. And if you have people who have a strong Venus, or maybe Venus gets exalted in Pisces, so people who have a strong Venus, they do everything in a very methodical way also, friends. They will do everything in a methodical way. Maybe even before going to bed, I'm just giving you an example. They may observe a certain sort of ritual, like they may observe a type of ritual, that is, they will do it, before going to bed. They may, pray to God, like it will be a sort of ritual, and they will make sure that everything is, clean, yeah, and then they will lie down. And as far as food is concerned, yes, especially Venus has connection with the second house, you will love food to be served beautifully on the plate. You will not just take anything anyhow and eat up. So that is not how Venus is. Venus loves everything in a very systematic, organized, in a very methodical way. So even Venus is establishing connection with the second house, then definitely some connection if it has with the second house, whether if it is the lord of the second house, or if it has a strong aspect of the second house, aspect on the second house, or if it is present in the second house, then the way you talk, your speech will be so beautiful, attractive, and very soothing, and you will have a good voice, a sweet voice. And as far as food is concerned, you will love to decorate your plate properly, and then you will eat. Yes, so in a very artistic way, because Venus is artistic. So wherever Venus will fall, now if Venus's aspect is on the lagna, on the ascendant, that is on the first house, or if Venus is present in the first house, or it's the lord of the first house, somehow if Venus establishes connection with the first house, then all these qualities of Venus will be seen in the person. And if Venus is in good dignity, you have to check the dignity of Venus, in which nakshatra it is placed, that nakshatra lord, how that nakshatra lord is placed in the chart, in which sign, how that sign lord is placed, which planets are aspecting Venus, or forming any conjunction, all that you have to look at. So after looking at all that, if you feel that yes, Venus is in good dignity, Venus is the lord of which houses, that also. And don't worry, even if there is a malefic house somehow connected, if you're using the energy of, as I always say, whether 6th house or 8th house or 12th house, you need to use the energy of that house. 12th house is foreign lands. 8th house also is connected to foreign travel. 8th house is connected to deep meditation, astral travel, technology, research, astrology, occult knowledge, insurance, chartered accountancy and audit. So many things are connected to the 8th house. Underground mining, secret agencies. detectives. So everything, any kind of deep investigation, research, everything is seen from the 8th house. 6th house is your job, your service also. So 6th house is any kind of service. So friends, that means, like, you need to use the energy of these houses. Even if Venus is the lord of any of the malefic houses, don't be afraid. You will. And 8th house, if Venus is the lord of the 8th house, 8th house is also the house of joint assets. It is the house of, inheritance. You inherit what property you will inherit in life. That is seen from the 8th house. It is the house of sudden gains, even losses, but also sudden gains. 8th house. So Venus will remain a benefic if you are faithful to your life partner, definitely, because Venus signifies marriage, and in the chart of a male it signifies the wife. So you need to be, whether you're a male native or female native, you need to be faithful, caring, loving towards your life partner. Then Venus will remain a benefic, always a benefic. You need to be dutiful towards your life partner. Then only you can expect the same from your life partner. So that is very important. And you need to, if it depends on now Venus is establishing connection with which house. So if it is in the 10th house, then you need to love your profession, definitely. You need to be, now Saturn and Venus are very good friends. So Saturn is hard work. So Venus is in the 10th house. 10th house is naturally ruled by Saturn, because the sign of Capricorn is there in the chart of the Kalpurusha. So it is ruled by Saturn. So in the 10th house, Venus is there. So if you put in a little bit of hard work, if you, take your profession seriously, then Saturn also will become strong. And then Venus will be able to give you all good results, because Saturn and Venus, they are friends. So friends, that is how, then Venus will be able to bless you with wealth, prosperity and all that. If it is in the 10th house, you need to love your profession. So you need to look at the house in which Venus is placed, and also the house that is being aspected by Venus. If it is in the 10th house, it is aspecting the 4th house. You need to seek blessings from your mother, because Venus is looking at the 4th house. So 4th house is the house of the mother. So definitely you will love your mother, because Venus is aspecting. Yes, so you need to be loving and dutiful towards your mother also, because Venus is aspecting the 4th house. Then Venus will be able to give you even better results, because it is aspecting the 4th house, the house of the mother. 4th house is the house of your home also, domestic life. Then it will be able to give you better results. So friends, you need to look at all that. Venus is aspecting which house, it is sitting in which house. Yes, and that's what. Hard work, discipline is important, friends. Then Saturn will improve. Yes, Saturn will become a benefic. And if Saturn is, if Saturn becomes a benefic, then definitely, it will always help Venus in the chart, because Saturn and Venus, they're natural friends. So friends, all these things I wanted to share with you regarding Venus, that Venus is a planet which is, which signifies so many other things actually, friends. So we should not, look at Venus only from a materialistic perspective. There are other ways in which we can look at this beautiful planet, the planet of beauty, the planet of creativity, the planet of, artistic, talent. So it is the planet of imagination. It is the planet of, even I would say, spiritual knowledge. So let us look at Venus from these perspectives as well. So friends, do subscribe to this channel and share this video, and take care. See you next time. Bye.